Welcome back to this crazy thing called live podcast. I want to take a minute to tell you about Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer, which was huge for me because if you're anything like me, you don't always have your computer with you, but you've always got your phone with you. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So if you're interested in making a podcast or would like to review some podcasts that are already published, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Navigating This Crazy Thing Called Life podcast, episode 3. Currently recording while I'm driving to work. Now, for audio purposes, probably not the best idea, but this morning while I was getting ready for work, I listened to a few different motivational things that I do from time to time. Well, this morning, those motivational things had me churning a little bit more than they normally would. One of the things I listened to talked about motivation, talked about desire. What is your motivation? What is your desire? What is your passion? What is holding you back from pursuing your passion? Now, certainly we all face economic struggles, challenges that hold us back from our passion a little bit. No debate for me there. But when it related to this podcast, I felt a lot of pull on my heart. I've really enjoyed making this podcast, granted only 3 episodes in, but it's really been almost a personal journal opportunity for me, and something that I really do hope to grow to be able to financially support at least some segment so I can work a little bit less. I've started a YouTube channel as a part of it, plan on starting a Facebook page and a couple other platforms all to support it. But in order to have success with this, I really need to share it with family and friends. However, that's going to make me pretty vulnerable. As I mentioned in a previous episode, I haven't shared my sobriety with anyone other than my wife. Last night was the first time I even shared the podcast with my wife, so I struggle a little bit with opening up. My concern is, if I share this podcast on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever platform for family and friends to see, both people I talk to every day, people I haven't talked to since high school, what for me feels like my deepest, darkest secret of sobriety is now out there to the world. How does that change people's view of me? Does it at all? Do they care? Do I care more than they care? I don't know. But if my passion is to create a successful podcast and other platforms, to work a little bit less, aren't I obligated to take those risks, to give it my all, to see what opportunity I have? If I continue to make episodes for this podcast without sharing and it never really reaches a level of sustainability, then have I given it my all? And if it reaches a level of sustainability, then wouldn't it already have exposure to family and friends at that point? So I don't know. Something to think about. What I'll leave you with today is, what is your motivation? I'm still trying to figure that out myself. Motivation can be finances, but what's your motivation to get out of the bed every day? Now, not, like I said, not just finances. We all got to pay the bills. But what is your true motivation? What makes you motivated on the weekend when you don't have to get out of the bed? Because for me, I can struggle to get to work on time during the week, but when it comes to the weekend and it's something I want to do, I'll be up 2 hours earlier than I need to be, no problem. So find your motivation, find your passion, and chase after it. Have a great Friday, and remember, enjoy navigating this crazy thing called life.